episode of the Third Party Observers.
Let's go!
Yeah, so we are a casual cackle of geniuses ready to shed light on our observations of the world.
And we have been to Harvard. We went to Harvard, so we are geniuses.
That's our credentials. We've walked the grounds of Harvard, and that's about it.
We felt all the brain powers pouring into us.
Yep, and we felt some of it leave as well. So
we touched the statue of John Harvard.
Yeah.
Did we?
No. Yeah.
I think we did.
I touched it.
Yeah, I licked it.
Well, not only is John a genius, he also has syphilis. So,
well, yeah, I don't know if that's how you get syphilis, but we can have a talk later.
Yeah. So we're doing this still in the pandemic. We didn't expect to be in the pandemic this long. But as everyone else is trying to find different outlets to spend their time versus just being cooped up in the house, we decided the world probably needed another podcast. There's not enough already, so we wanted to go ahead and get our voices on in the airwaves.
Yeah, we don't like to put our voices on social media, so this is how we're letting people know what we actually think about.
Yeah, and then we'll share it via social media, and so, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get our voices out there. We must be heard, because we have so many important things to say.
Yeah, what have you guys been up to during the pandemic? What have you been spending your time on?
Shoot, playing video games.
I was going to say, I've been playing
Warfare, man.
a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of getting fat, and then also trying to lose that fatness. Lose that weight.
So I lost about 15 or 20 pounds at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I gained it all back, and now we just did a diet bet, and I lost it all again. So here's to holding on to it.
Yeah, so for those of you listening and for anyone watching, we all went on vacation in October. Went to Northeast, up to Maine, New Hampshire, Boston.
Ate a lot of food.
Ate a lot of food. Put on a few LBs.
Yeah.
And when we got back, we decided it was time to make a change. I think we'd all put on somewhere between 5 to 10 pounds.
I mean, you're COVID-19. Well, it wasn't technically 19, but
you put on at least a COVID 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided we needed to do it, but we also are competitive individuals and knew that we would not be motivated to do it unless we had some kind of bet in place.
True.
So now, Stan, you were, I guess,
a little bit more husky than you two.
Well, you were a little bit more husky, but you were also planning to start going on that anyway.
When you guys asked me if I wanted to do this, I was like, shoot, this is music to my ears. I'm just going to sweep the floor with you guys.
And sweep the floor you did.
Yeah.
So, how much you lost?
27 pounds.
27 pounds since October
19th.
Yeah.
So like 7 weeks.
It's pretty dang good.
Yeah. Oh, we only did it for 7 weeks?
I think that's what it ended up being.
I thought it was like 10.
It was a long time.
It was too long.
So much longer.
It was way too long.
Because I thought we were originally doing it for 12.
Yeah.
Was it that long?
I don't know.
You're probably right. Math is hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was so long.
Yeah, but, we all, I think, lost at least 15 pounds. Or
9 weeks.
9 weeks. So we all lost 15 pounds, but John and I are second hind teeth. If you're not first, you're last.
Thanks, Mike Gundy.
So,
or Ricky
Stan,
Bobby.
Congratulations on your being the biggest loser.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's a statement for
your life.
We're all
life. Wow. Okay. Shots fired.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
starting off early.
So I don't think I introduced us. So my name's Austin. Got Stan here. Got John here on my right. And I thought one way to introduce ourselves to any of the lucky individuals out there listening or watching is to choose 3 words to describe ourselves and describe our personalities. But I wanted to put a little wrinkle in it so where you only get to choose 1 word for yourself, and then the other 2 people on the podcast are going to choose the words that describe you. So I'm starting off I thought, I so many words to describe me.
It's hard to describe someone in 3 words.
Yeah.
Here's our attempt.
I'm thinking of, bright personality.
Genius,
super intelligent.
Well, those are the
super
same.
good looking, super athletic. All these words, super kind, probably the most.
Absolutely.
But I decided on blunt being my word because
it's a good one.
I've been told I'm honest, and I've been told maybe I'm a little too honest sometimes, and that's usually how it comes about. I don't sugarcoat things. Which has led me to have few friendships and few relationships because most people don't know how to handle that. So I went, Stan. How would you describe it?
This was tricky. I am going to be honest. It's hard to narrow down one word.
I agree.
What I came up with kind of goes along with what you were saying, but my word for Austin is stubborn. It took us at least a whole year just to convince him to download Venmo so that we could transfer money back and forth.
Yeah.
And
Fake
he's
money.
still not happy about it.
I still believe in it. Yeah, I realize it's convenient, but you're right. I'm not. Yes. So that's just what we'll leave it at.
Yeah, I put butthole because you are mean. Mostly to me, but I had to come up with the word, so it's relevant.
I think you deserve it. So
for reference, those of you tuning in, John and Austin are roommates. I don't live with them. I live in Stillwater. They live in Tulsa. But they get into it a little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
Well, also
that's where the animosity is coming
we're
from.
meaner than you, but Austin.
Oh, well, 100%.
Yeah, Austin's just a mean person. He has a mean personality.
Which
is fine because I do too. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. It's just he doesn't.
Sounds like you're throwing him under the bus.
He doesn't agree with this word.
Okay, well, I thought of a better word. I know you're thinking of a bully. I think bully might be a better
You are a bully. Yeah, fine. I will change mine to bully. Yeah. You're not a butthole. You're a bully.
Yeah. But just a clarification for those listening, I'm a bully to those I care about. True. I'm not a bully to just a stranger on the street. I might say
you're not yelling at waitresses.
Yeah. I might, joke behind their backs.
Never in front of their faces.
Yeah, never in front of their faces. But if they were to, ask about it, I might share. That going back to the so, all right, that.
He's not gonna pull any punches.
That's a fine picture of me to sum it up in 3 words.
Yeah, blunt, stubborn, bully.
Yeah. All right, Stan. What do you think? What's the one word you'd use to describe yourself?
This was also tricky. I think out of everything that describes me, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Kind of go with the flow. I'm not too super opinionated. I have my opinions about things. But for the most part, when you're hanging out with people, I just like to go with the flow.
Yeah, I think that's a good word. I'd say we're all kind of like that.
Yeah, until we dig our heels in. And then...
Yeah, you're definitely way more easygoing than we are.
Yeah.
You're not stubborn like we are, so. True. John, what do you think? How would you describe Stan?
I put down chatty. When we're going out places, Stan has never met a stranger, whether it's on a plane or at a restaurant. He always finds someone to talk to, always about something. And I guess that goes well with his job because he does sales, and so he always has to find something to talk about.
Makes life a little more interesting.
Yeah, and you're probably able to. That's a good networking thing. You went to your degree was entrepreneurship, so that helps get your foot in the door. Really, the words we came up for you were this is how you know Stan is a nice guy. Is all the words that describe him are not me. So I went. Mine's. I guess 2 words, but I went with Boy Scout.
Idiot.
So I guess you could use honorable or whatever, but you just always seem like you're prepared, you've got your principles, and you go with it. When you think of, when I think of anything, how would I do this? I'm asking Stan, because Stan's probably got knowledge of it. He's probably got a lot of, trinkets isn't the right word, but
random odd skills and knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you were...
he lived in Africa and Alaska.
You lived in Africa and Alaska,
True.
So you know how to do weird things
You
that
know,
no
how
one
to
else.
fly, you know how to fly a plane?
Yeah.
Like,
You know how to
Absolutely.
fight wolves?
yeah.
Did
So,
you say fight wolves?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's
Yeah,
what you
shoot
learn in
with a gun.
Alaska.
I mean, that's how you have to, keep your food. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta fight off the wolves. Yeah.
Kill a moose, chase the wolf.
Yeah.
Fire.
All right, John.
My word is chaotic. I like chaos. I think it's fun.
Yeah. So, this is something that you've mentioned before of if you were going to be, like, if any of your friends were appointed president
Yeah.
and we chose you to have, like, an office or a cabinet space.
Yeah, I would be the cabinet of chaos. Like, it's not an official cabinet, but I think it could be something off the books where, John, we need you to go create chaos in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Go do something stupid, and that's going to cause a lot of mayhem,
Yeah.
and I would find a way to do it.
Yeah. John would cause World War III.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted to push somebody's buttons.
Yeah.
Right. Which
John
is,
loves pushing buttons.
Yes, he does. And I should know. I mean, I've lived with him for 2 years, and that's probably why I bully John is because he's difficult, which is my word for John. Is he just openly chooses to be difficult, go against the flow. Our friend group was planning like just to do something on New Year's Eve. We're choosing a cabin,
I stand by this.
and to make plans easier,
No,
we
you
just-
guys just decided that you were
we
going to
just chose the
choose,
cabin.
and no one else got any say in this, and I disagree with that. It's tyranny.
And the only person who disagreed with it was the person who is difficult.
It's tyranny. I want a choice in what I do.
All right. Well, sorry.
You had your vote, and I don't think anyone agreed
Yeah.
with you. So
Yeah. Well, I wanted to vote, and it was taken away from me. This isn't North Korea. This isn't the British Empire in the 1700s. I want freedom. I'm a patriot.
Yeah.
I completely understand. But on the other hand, you got to have a good option. Your option was like 3 times as expensive.
Well, I
Farther away.
threw other options out there that were the same,
Yeah, well,
but it's fine.
I don't think I looked at this.
Yeah. No one did. Everyone was already set on, let's
Yeah.
drive an hour to this
The
town
sheep.
instead of 3 hours.
People.
Yeah, sheeple.
So, Stan, what do you think? What's a word for John?
I think that John, and this goes along with the other 2 words really well, is mischievous. He likes to cause mischief. He likes to be difficult, go along, and just cause general mayhem
Yeah.
wherever he goes.
Secretary of Chaos.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fun. I
Yeah.
can't argue with that.
So, if anyone is ever wondering why we bully John, it's self-defense.
It is. You bully other people beside. You're a bully.
Sometimes it's preemptive self-defense. But
Most of the time, I'd say most of the time, I actually go along with things until there's something I disagree with, and then all hell will break loose.
And this is what we were talking about. You dig your heels in and you will die on that hill.
Absolutely.
yeah, John has died many times. All right, well, I think that's there's definitely word. What were some other words that you guys were thinking of? People, anything come up? Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we summed each other up pretty well.
Yeah.
So with that, I say we just move on to our next segment.
Bring it on.
So, we've got a few different segments planned and these shows that we're planning on doing. First one I want to open with is just a fun game of Would You Rather. Thought-provoking questions here. But to start us off, John, you came up with this one. Would you rather lose the ability to speak or the ability to read?
Me personally, I would, and I've been thinking about this for the past 3 days.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I don't think about anything for 3 days. Usually I just go with it. But I would lose the ability to read. I think in this day and age, you are able to have so many things read to you, either via audiobook. There's Google who will read things to you. When you lose the ability to speak, I couldn't play Call of Duty with you guys because need to be able to speak with during that. Not very many people know sign language. Writing everything down would just be, and my handwriting is atrocious. And so that would just be a pain in the butt. So I think just while I do like to read, and reading is a huge part of like
life,
general life, yeah.
I think losing the ability to speak would be worse.
Yeah.
See, I think I'm on the other side. I would rather be more independent and not rely on either technology or someone else to read things to me, and to be able to, like, if I'm in a burning building and how do I know where the exit is? Like, there's exit signs. Like, what if I just, can't figure it out?
You just run where the fire's not. You have to know where.
Whole building's on fire.
Okay, well, where did you come in the door?
Whole building's on fire.
So you just lose the ability to know where doors and windows are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you got to follow exit signs. And I also just like to read. I don't do it a lot, but I like to read. And I don't like listening to audiobooks.
Well, and that's fair, because some of the readers of audiobooks are just awful, and so it can ruin a completely good book. You have to find a good reader, but they are out there.
What makes a good reader in an audiobook?
I'd say tone of voice.
That's huge. Absolutely.
Is a huge part. Probably the cadence. Also probably the second biggest part.
See, I think they should have Morgan Freeman just do every audiobook ever made.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Or James Earl Jones.
Ooh, that's a good one. Now, another thing about audiobooks is, and this is more on the fiction side, but if you're listening to a fiction book, it helps if they can do multiple voices to kind of go along with the characters.
They do need to do guy voices, girl voices. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Do they have the same voice actor do it for...
Good.
For the one voice actor for one book, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And if they're good, then it's somewhat believable.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the boy voice and the girl voice?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll throw in accents and stuff like
that's great.
I think we should do a short story on here where we
narrate.
We narrate.
I'll tell you right now, I'd be awful at it, but it's
I would go with lose ability to speak. Stan, where do you stand?
I'm gonna lose the ability to read. I'm with John.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Well, that's fine. All right. Moving on. Would you rather have to use a urinal anytime you went number 2, or always have to invite another guy into the bathroom when you need to go? It's like, females do sometimes.
Yeah. I think this is so easy. I would invite someone to go to the bathroom with me every single.
Absolutely.
Because can you imagine going number 2 in a urinal, like someone just walks in and you're like sitting there, like some kind of freak, like you're a dog, just like nothing to see here.
I mean, also, like, you have to think about, anytime you have to go to number 2. So you'd either have to install a urinal at your house.
Oh, I didn't think
which
about that.
then means.
And then you got to clean that out.
Yeah, it's not like it goes down, so you've got to dispose of it. Which I don't even like picking my own dog's number 2 up, so I can't imagine wanting to pick up my own.
Yeah. I think this one's a no-brainer. You gotta, because the people you invite can always say no, and other dudes will most likely say no.
Yeah.
So
I also think about if you're, in a public restroom, not only the fact that like other people are coming in as you're using the urinal to do number 2, but like you've got to kind of like sit on the edge of that urinal.
And you also have to go and grab toilet paper or paper towels or something. Like, it's just, what a hassle.
If you hit that water thing, if it's an aggressive enough,
it's like a bidet.
It's basically a bidet. So, I think that's a pretty easy one too.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Also, you'd probably be banned from every restaurant.
Well, depends on who catches you.
Yeah.
Can you
if I walked in on someone pooping in the urinal, I would go tell somebody on staff immediately.
Could you imagine?
I don't know.
Just
what
walking in or getting caught like.
You've got like someone's pooping in the urinal? Like,
yeah. That's an awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it wouldn't.
Somebody's got to know that.
Yeah. All right.
You got a freak here in the bathroom.
Okay. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future at any time, or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself at any time? I feel like this one's a pretty easy one too. maybe I'm just selfish. I would much rather see 10 minutes into my own future rather than.
Agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like what am I gaining by looking 10 minutes into the future of any person?
Yeah, who cares what you do? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what
I'm trying to think of a benefit of seeing. I'm sure there is of seeing into other people's futures, and you could probably.
Well, you can make some money at
pretty
it,
funny
I guess.
things. That's what I was thinking too. How could you make money with it?
You could, be one of those psychics and then just
Yeah.
give fortunes.
But
you only got 10 minutes.
yeah, it's like psychic.
Well,
like,
it is
in 10
more
minutes.
accurate than regular psychics. They're just pulling crap out of their ass.
Yeah. I mean,
There it is.
If you're a psychic, that you're probably the most worthless psychic ever. If you can only predict 10 minutes into the future, because 10 minutes you're leaving this room that we're in.
Yeah,
That's the easiest prediction to make.
Yeah, well, what if you see them getting struck by a car or something, or it's more accurate than anything else you're going to get from a psychic.
Sure.
What about?
So actually, you're the most useful psychic.
Nah.
What about betting on horse races?
Ooh, that would be.
You stand behind people in
but,
line, look into their future as they buy their tickets, and I want that.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never been to a horse race. How far in advance do you have to
Well,
buy?
you just go down there right before the race. I'm sure you can do it.
I mean, I think you can place bets all the way up until the race. I don't really know, though, because I've never been.
I bet you can do it online now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's a good example, though. But I would still take my own future.
Yeah, I mean,
my thought was
DraftKings.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, does that help with 10-minute lead time?
I mean, you could predict who's going to be scoring a big touchdown.
Yeah.
I could look, but I could do that with my own future because I watch enough football about it.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm still sticking with myself.
Yeah.
Also,
same.
I was thinking, and this is kind of short term, and I don't have a girlfriend, but I'd probably never have another awkward introduction to a girl. You could say, "Oh, that didn't work out. I'd look to my future, try out different options."
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think you get to look into your future options and then you get that messed up. I go back in time.
Well,
and do it again.
If you're not going back in time, your future is based on decisions you are thinking about making. And so if you change your decision about
see, that's a whole different conversation. We're talking about time loops and altering the future, and we can't get into that now.
Yeah, the future hasn't happened yet.
My intention is to say this thing. If that thing doesn't work out, then my intention changes in the future.
Exactly. I'm gonna stand on this.
It's just a more detailed conversation than I think we have time for.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Creating alternate timelines, and I mean, you've seen Back to the Future, like it's a whole deal.
Joke's on you, I haven't.
You haven't seen Back to the Future?
No.
What? John,
come on, man.
We need to have a talk.
Well, Austin and I already have a talk about how you get syphilis later, so let's just add Back to the Future as well.
I mean, you gotta watch all three. Like, they're classic movies.
Okay.
Yeah. You're missing out on part of our country's culture.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Moving on.
Okay, would you rather... Well, this is going to be difficult because... Okay, would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the most athletic person in the world? This is difficult because we're already a cackle of geniuses.
This is tricky.
Me, I'm not. I would be the most athletic person. And people would just stare in wonder. They're like, how does this kid... Well, actually, I'm not kidding anymore. I'm a man.
How's this child
I'm a
doing
man.
his thing?
Yeah, like he has one arm and one leg, and this guy is the most athletic person I've ever seen and will ever see. And I'm already who cares if I'm decently smart. I'd say slightly above average. That's fine with me,
See, I feel like I could make more money being the smartest person in the world and for longer.
Yeah, but I would have more fun being more athletic.
But if I'm
so your goal is money, his goal is fun.
I mean,
you have to figure out what you want to
do. And
do.
I would also make...
both?
Well,
yeah.
If I'm smart and I have a lot of money, I can use this money to go have fun experiences.
True.
Yeah, but...
It depends on what you think is fun.
I think it would be...
If he thinks athletics is fun.
I would think it's more fun.
Also, I mean, being the smartest person in the world doesn't mean that I can't do recreational things.
Yeah,
it just means
I'd just be so much better at it than you. I would become the bully. I would start bullying you.
No, but you'd be too dumb.
No.
I'd outwit you.
Bewitched.
Yeah.
Ensorcelled.
Yeah.
See, your whole plan.
No, you would be smarter than me, but I would be more physically gifted, and I would be a physical bully. I wouldn't be a mental bully like I am now. Become physical.
I think I could take it.
Not if I was the most athletic person in the world. You couldn't
do it.
Strength is included in athleticism. All right, I'm going to weigh in.
Yeah.
I would choose smartest person as well because I'm relatively okay with my level of athleticism. I'm a little chubby. I could lose some weight, but overall, I enjoy.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing what I do, playing some basketball, pick up every once in a while. But I am super interested, as we said before, in business, and my degree was in entrepreneurship, and I think if I was super smart, it would help with that a lot.
Yeah.
I'd be smarter in all the competition. I could just wipe the floor with everybody.
Now, do you think, I guess the other side, if you're the smartest person or the most athletic person, do you think you get bored? Like, if you're the smartest person and you just think everyone else is just dummies and you struggle having conversation, if you're the most athletic, do you?
It depends on how much more you are than everybody else. Like, if you're only like 1% better than everyone, like the most, then no, you wouldn't.
Who is the smartest person in the world?
Well, probably it was Stephen Hawking, but he died, so.
Well, if you're going by IQ, yeah.
But who knows?
I don't know who the highest IQ is, like alive right now.
Yeah, same.
That would be an interesting thing to do. All of us take an IQ test.
I don't want to know my IQ. I'd be so dumb.
Yeah, it might change your answer though. So
no, it wouldn't. I'm fine with being how smart I am.
Well, you guys want to move on to the next segment?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so this segment we are calling "Drop It Like It's Hot." We're all big fans of Snoop, I'm assuming. But really what this segment is someone on the show has a hot take, and they're going to give it, and they're going to defend it, and then the other two are just going to, we're going to figure it out. So, John, why don't you go ahead and share your hot take with the group? I mean...
Yeah. I don't think Christmas is a top 3 holiday.
Wow.
And no, I mean, we're going to try to keep this podcast like pretty, not like say it's Christmas time, but you know what? It's Christmas time. So
yeah,
people are thinking about Christmas.
Absolutely. That's why it's a hot take.
It's that time of the year. It is a very hot take.
Things
top 3.
Not a top 3. Well, first of all,
what beats out Christmas?
Thanksgiving, best holiday.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
An argument could be made for that. Yes.
I'm completely on board.
It's Christmas without the pressure of Christmas.
True.
And there's not the music.
And no music.
Yeah.
It's great.
It gets to be a little bit too much towards the end of Christmas.
Yeah.
I think 4th of July is a better holiday than Christmas.
Okay. I disagree, but all right.
And I also think, some people count their birthdays. I'm selfish enough to count my birthday as a holiday. I think, but if that's fine. If you don't want to count birthdays as holidays, that's fine. I also think this is going to be really hot. Easter or New Year's.
How?
What?
Easter fit in there?
What? Okay.
Explain
yourself. Yeah.
Easter. Here's the thing. Now. This is more of just not being super into Christmas.
So hates Christmas.
It's not that I hate it. It's just that I don't really care for it that much. I've somehow lost my Christmas spirit.
I'm Easter.
Okay, so here's the thing. Easter is a religious holiday like Christmas. So it's also if you want to say, Jesus for Christmas. Well, Jesus is on Easter too, so that's the same.
So you can't use the Jesus trump card.
Correct.
Right.
My family always got together on Easter to do a big family meal and hang out, and so you also get that part as well. As you get the same as with Christmas, you get a whole bunch of candy like chocolate, like Reese's eggs, and I do enjoy. I'm not a big candy person, but I do like eating chocolate on Easter. It's one of those things. You get your family time. You don't get all the music. You don't have to have all the decorations. You don't have the presents. So I just enjoy it a little bit more. If you want, you get all the things that you get with Christmas, except all the bad stuff goes away.
Okay. Well, Christmas is not a big holiday for me either.
And I'm not saying Christmas is a terrible holiday. It's just I think there are better holidays out there.
But I completely disagree with Easter being above Christmas. Also, I'm not a huge fan of 4th of July. Now, that's probably because in the state of Oklahoma, July is just a miserable experience.
Blazing hot.
It is hot.
It's hot, and where do you spend 4th of July? You spend it outside. And so it's super hot, and everyone's like, oh, let's grill out for the 4th of July. So not only are you outside in the super hot, you're now in front of a grill. Well, at least I'm in front of the grill.
You weren't last year.
Whatever. Most of the time, I normally am. You're grilling stuff up. It's just hot. You're sweaty.
Listen,
and then it ends with fireworks, which I'm sorry, fireworks are dumb. They're the same every year.
You shoot them off and they're done. They're finished.
Now, I'm a big fan of blowing stuff up. So if you want to,
Tannerite.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, I've never done Tannerite on 4th of July, but regardless, if you want to, growing up, I may or may not have bundled a bunch of sparklers together.
Oh, who has?
And made a sparkler bomb. But it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And then birthdays. Birthdays are not a holiday. Is something that is widely celebrated by everybody.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I also think that for New Year's might be better than.
I've never been a big fan of New Year's either.
I'm not super into New Year's either, but you get to have fun. It's a fun time with your friends. It's not really a family holiday. It's a friend holiday.
I think that's the distinction there for me, because Christmas has, for me, always been a big family event. And we always go see family, hang out for a week or whatever the case may be, do presents, do Christmas activities and whatever else. So that's the draw for me for Christmas, is I get to go see my whole family.
Right, and you don't live. They live far away.
They live in New Mexico. But I do like the aspect of New Year's, that it's more of a friends holiday. You hang out with friends, you do whatever with them.
Yeah.
You drink.
You have a good time. You have a good time.
And there's fireworks involved in New Year's too. Again, I don't care about that. My biggest thing that I haven't enjoyed about New Year's is staying up until midnight. And
you are an old man.
And then, when midnight happens, you're like, oh yay, it's the next day, the next year. Nothing has changed. It feels the same. The difference is by midnight, I'm probably a little bit more intoxicated than I was earlier in the day. So. It's just now again. This is all going back to.
It's all subjective. This is why this is a hot take. I don't think you happen to think Christmas is a top 3 holiday. I do not. So.
Yeah, I'd probably put Christmas at 2, and then Halloween at 3.
Oh, Halloween, I forgot about Halloween.
I like Halloween.
Halloween is more. I didn't never celebrate Halloween as a kid. Living with Austin, he loves Halloween. We celebrate it a lot more. We throw parties. Yeah. It is more fun. So actually,
to play like it's a game. It's a fun time.
It's a fun time. Yeah.
And you also get candy.
Yeah.
It should definitely be in place of Easter.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you can replace that. It still doesn't. It's better than Christmas.
I'd maybe put them on the same level. I don't know. But
yeah, that's
all right.
So. Anyways, Christmas comes in at 4 or 5. It's Christmas top 5 holiday, not top 3.
Don't hate Christmas. Hot take.
So that was our first hot take segment, and it kind of relays into our next portion, which is going to be a recurring portion on every episode, which is a draft. So let's get into it. All right, so for those of you who maybe haven't really done fantasy football or watched any sports where they do drafts, basically how it's going to go is we have a set order, and it's going to change every time, but we're going to take turns picking. It's going to be a snake draft, and we're going to end up picking 4 things for whatever the topic is. Today's draft, we're doing a Coliseum battle. You're drafting your team to compete for you, and you're drafting Christmas movie characters.
All right.
So Stan's got the first pick.
Well, where they're competing in a Coliseum battle.
Yeah, it's fight to the death.
Yeah.
Which team's gonna end?
Yeah.
Still kicking. And then what we're gonna need from you all, our listeners, is to go to our either our Twitter page and cast a vote. See who drafted the best, or you can comment on Facebook, whatever. But this is competition here, and so every week we're going to be asking you to go not only listen, but then go back to our social media and let us know who you think won whatever the draft was.
Yeah.
So Stan, you're on the clock.
All right.
First overall pick.
This, I'm glad I'm going first, but also I am not 100% sure what to go with first. It's tricky. I think that, let's go with Aslan from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Okay.
Interesting pick.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, the whole thing revolves around Christmas. It's always
Okay.
winter, but never Christmas. And at the end,
Doesn't sound like a Christmas movie.
at the end, because all the kids went in and changed stuff, then Father Christmas or Santa comes in and gives everybody presents.
Okay.
It's been so long since I've
Same.
watched
Or read those
Chronicles
books.
I never read those.
Oh, I
books,
did.
But
And Aslan is a
is a
big
lion.
giant lion,
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
and he can screw some people up.
Yeah.
no,
That's
I
okay.
think that's a fine pick.
You wrote Asian. Sam picks Asian.
No, that's an L.
It does not look like that. Okay.
So going back to the would you rather, John should probably choose the smartest person because John can't read.
Yeah.
Or maybe he should just definitely choose. Well, you chose the ability to speak, right?
Yeah.
Which is good because you already can't read.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Okay, so I have the second pick, and I was really wrestling between two people, and I'm not sure if John is which one John will. I think. So for see, I'm already tilting. I don't know which one to go with, but I'm gonna go with the one that I think is potentially unkillable, and that is Krampus.
Ooh.
Krampus, which is basically the evil version of Santa, is how I've seen it described on the interwebs is half goat, half demon.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure about the goat part in a fight, but the demon part's got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going with Krampus, and that's it.
Okay.
I think the draft is over already.
No. So I actually have something to counter that. I don't know if you guys ever watched Santa Claus 3,
Yes.
but there is a character in there called Sandman, and he only puts people to sleep.
Okay.
Ooh.
People to sleep.
Well, he puts anything to sleep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
'Cause you said
I did.
people.
Well, I sleep of the tongue. As you said, I'm not very smart, but I have done the research.
At least he owns it.
I've done the research, so I'm taking Sandman. He will put you to sleep, and for cleanup for my other characters to easily kill.
Okay. So you go with Sandman, and then now you have your next pick.
My next pick, I think Austin was going to take him second, but I'm taking John McClane.
And that's interesting for you because some of the people at this table don't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I don't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but you said that you think it is, and in this instance, you bullied me into agreeing that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Like
I
had to have
bullied
it.
you into making the correct observation.
It is not. It's
John
not.
is just fighting Austin by not letting him pick John McClane from Die Hard.
I should have went with him first, but I mean he's still human, so
Yeah.
he can die when the Krampus.
Sucks his soul out.
Yeah. So
Krampus will be put to sleep, and he will not be able to do anything.
now, how does the Sandman put people to sleep?
Yeah, I'm not really
he
familiar
throws
with this,
his sleeping sand and it hits them, and
So it's like it's like a snowball, but
yeah, more or
sand.
less. Yeah.
Okay. So
Sleeping
he's got to be in close proximity to be able to do it.
I mean, as far as he's also a mythical creature, so who knows how strong he is.
Right. So listeners, make note of that John does not even know how strong his first draft pick was.
No, you're misleading them.
It is my
Physical
pick.
strength. Thought.
Yeah. So
Such a little bitch.
So my pick, I went with Krampus first. Since John McClane is off the board, I'm gonna go with Jack Frost.
Dang it! I thought I could hit him third round.
I think with Jack Frost and Krampus together, I mean, Jack Frost will just freeze Sandman. He'll freeze everybody. He'll freeze the whole thing.
Maybe.
Whole thing's frozen.
Maybe.
Jack Frost wins.
We'll see.
Okay. I'm going to have to ask your opinion on this before I present this. Would you consider The Sorcerer's Stone a Christmas movie?
The source. That's the Harry Potter one? No.
Because it revolves around the Christmas season, and they present gifts.
It revolves around Harry Potter.
It revolves around the whole year. Harry Potter movies take a whole year to go.
I guess that's true.
So
Let's see.
Okay. Fair enough.
I would have chosen Voldemort.
I was going to pick Albus Dumbledore, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. If I can't have him.
No, can't.
Yeah. I am going to go with...
Was the rest of your list just all Harry Potter?
No.
That's good.
No. This is a little bit less well known, but Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. I'm going to pick the Beast.
Did not know that was a movie.
Yeah, same, but I mean, I'll give it to you. I also don't really remember anything about Beauty and the Beast. I know the Beast is basically a big buffalo, right?
No, he's got like claws and sharp teeth.
So he's like a buffalo
A
hybrid
buffalo mixed with a lion. Or something like that. I don't know exactly what he is, but he's big, mean. He'll rip some people apart.
For those of you who are listening, that would be Luna.
Hey, calm down.
He is concerned about this UPS stuff.
Yeah, UPS just delivered a package. Dogs don't like it too much, so
Yeah. All right.
hopefully that will. So you drafted Beast, and then you got another Beast.
I do, and my list is dwindling. I am going to go with someone who can cause distractions and mischief, and
I know who you're taking.
that is going to be Stripe from Gremlins.
I do not. The what?
I've never seen Gremlins.
Same.
I don't know if that's a Christmas movie or not, but okay.
It absolutely is.
Okay. I mean, I'll trust you on this.
So the whole premise of the movie is that these gremlins cause mischief and try to kill this dude's mom, and Stripe tries to come through. He ends up not being successful, but the whole time they're all
Spoiler
causing
alert.
mayhem. And so my thought is, if my gremlin can come in and distract your characters, then Aslan and the Beast are going to come in and just rip them to pieces.
How do they typically distract?
They just take whatever's going on, and they can like jump on shoulders. They're small. They can like jump on someone's head, and, like, scratch their eyes or whatever, and then someone else can come in.
Sounds like they would be very easily put to sleep.
Yeah, they're also small, so I feel like they're easily defeatable. Also, I need to point out that you have kind of like two lions. I mean, Beast is not a lion, but he might as well be a lion.
He walks up 2 feet.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's Coliseum battle, so
If you were fighting Andy Dwyer, or you were Andy Dwyer, you would
have all the lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I've got Krampus. I've got Jack Frost. This one, I mean, we're getting to the point where I'm a little bit, I'm not really sure who I want to take, but I'm going to go with maybe what a lot of people consider, the Christmas movie they want to watch year after year, and that is Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. I know he's a kid, but
easily defeated.
I mean,
because
he easily defeated 2 grown adults.
Because I also thought about Kevin McAllister. The reason he is successful is because he is first movie he's in his home. There's a lot of things going like that he has to his advantage. And when you're in a coliseum, what is it? It's a lot of sand. There's not a lot else.
I think really the point is he's resourceful.
Like I said, there's a lot of sand. There's not a lot of
resources.
Yeah, there's not a lot of resources in the Coliseum.
Yeah, I mean the Coliseum.
Have you ever seen Gladiator?
Yeah, they put stuff out there.
There's there's lions and there's people that are trying to kill you.
I'm just saying he's resourceful.
Okay.
And so
I don't know how he's going to be resourceful in this situation, but fair enough. That's your pick.
Okay, John.
All right.
Let's hear your big number 3.
Big number 3. I'm going to take The Grinch.
Okay.
First of all, we just watched that last night. 1, he is super strong. 2, he is also very tough. As we saw, he ate some fire bolts or something last night. I don't remember.
Glass?
He ate glass, but also when he was making his sleigh, it was like he was forging the stuff, and then how did he cool it down? He ate it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going with the Grinch.
No.
Also, he likes to cause mayhem as well. Like he's not.
Are you getting Grinch at the end of the movie? Because his heart has grown 3 sizes. Now he's just a loving individual.
No, I don't.
So
that's the lame Grinch. I'm taking Grinch before.
I mean, that's where the Grinch stands now.
It doesn't take away from any of his other abilities.
Okay. All right. So you've got Sandman. You've got John McClane. You've got the Grinch.
My final pick is going to be Batman from Batman Returns, which, if it is it's going to be a Christmas movie. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, because they both revolve around Christmas time.
It did come up in my research.
It also comes up in research. So
it's really obscure and
no, because
it's definitely a stretch.
No, because 1, the penguin causes mayhem through the mall at Christmas time. Like he gives out presents that are bombs. Actually, it all revolves around the Christmas timeline, and Christmas is involved in the movie. So
Christmas is involved.
Yeah. So
if that's the argument, then I should be able to use Albus Dumbledore.
Yeah, because Christmas is involved in Harry Potter.
No, but that's not the main theme of this.
That's pretty overarching theme in that movie.
In The Sorcerer's Stone?
Yeah.
I would say the main theme is not Christmas.
It's a very festive movie.
I have never heard Batman Returns be talked about.
More of a Christmas movie than Batman Returns is.
I would definitely disagree with that.
Neither of those are.
It's just because you didn't think of it, and so you're mad.
No, so Die Hard is widely talked about as a Christmas movie. And the director has come out and said it's a Christmas movie.
But you know who has said it's not a Christmas movie? Bruce Willis has
come. He didn't direct it.
He was a main character.
He got paid to act.
And he says, this is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, well, he's just a...
Listen, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it revolves around Christmas time, a Christmas party, then Batman is a Christmas movie because they use Christmas as part of the theme as well. If Penguin is using presents or fake presents to distribute bombs and whatnot, that's a big part of that's a big part of the plot.
We put it to a vote.
You guys are both gonna vote no.
We really need a objective fourth party.
We do. But we don't have one.
But we don't have one.
Doug goes okay.
You're just mad because you didn't think of it.
Well, I did think of it, and I decided not to use it because I didn't think it was a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas. If you do the research, they say that it is a Christmas movie.
We'll consult the Google right now. What's it called? Is Batman Returns?
Yeah, it's the one with Michael Keaton.
Oh look, that's the first thing.
My opinion is, if I didn't get Harry Potter, you can't have Batman Returns.
Because Harry Potter revolves around a whole year. If your Harry Potter movie was just around Christmas,
with the Christmas scenes,
I don't know exactly.
Because
seen those Harry
Potter goes from September to the Harry Potter like September to like June or whatever, because he's in that school for that long length of time.
Well, he gets a Christmas gift, which is the cloak of invisibility that allows him to do a lot of stuff in the movie.
Okay, so
We're going on a rabbit hole here.
Time Magazine considers Batman Returns as a Christmas movie. So, but then, you know what? You know what's also on this list? The Harry Potter films.
Yes!
This whole draft is gone.
It's suspect.
What do we do here? Because
I don't know.
Because if both are on the list and we're using this, Die Hard is also on this list. So if we're using this, we have to go back and give him Albus Dumbledore.
Then I would, that's tough. Because that screws up my whole draft.
I think we can't let it happen. We can't let you draft Batman because then it messes up the whole integrity of the draft, and we have to go back and give him Dumbledore, and then that changes everything.
Yeah,
we have to start all over, and we don't have time for that.
No, we've already been going for a long time.
I am now agreeing with you that Batman would be considered, but then we just can't do it.
Okay.
Unless we give Dumbledore to him with this last pick. Just automatically write it in.
I guess, I don't know.
I'll take it.
You good with
you
that?
want to do it? I'm good with that.
What was...
I would have picked him anyway.
Wait.
Fine, it's fine.
Man, we just really... this...
Okay. If we want to just say no to keep the integrity of the draft, that's fine with me too.
I don't care at this point.
I say we say no, because that way we can just...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you don't get Batman.
Well, I am running out of characters very fast. Okay, I am gonna go with... This is tough. I know a lot of people consider this a Christmas movie. Do you guys consider Frozen a Christmas movie?
It's a winter movie.
That's all I know about it. Is it's winter. I don't...
Does it have Christmas in it?
I don't know that it does. I just know a lot of people consider it a Christmas movie.
People are dumb.
I don't know what popular opinion is.
What is left on your list?
Not a whole lot. I'm really coming up with... I'm going to go with Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas.
That was on my list. I've never seen that movie, so and all I know is that he's a skeleton.
He's already dead, so you can't kill him. So I don't know a whole lot about him either.
Yeah.
So
all right,
you can't kill him. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty recurring theme with a lot of our picks. So not sure how Battle to the Death is going to go. Okay, so I've got Krampus, Jack Frost, Kevin McAllister, and then for my last pick, I am going to go with Bumble, the abominable snow monster from, is it Santa Claus Comes to Town, or is that Rudolph?
One of them.
I don't remember which one it's from, but he's just a big Yeti, basically.
Yeah.
And
it's a cartoon.
So he's a monster.
Big strong, yeah.
He's gonna fight beasts the whole time.
Then Aslan's gonna come and slit his throat. Dead.
Aslan's gonna slit his throat. He's a lion.
With his claws.
He's gonna gash them. He's gonna slit.
What?
Slit is very delicate. All right. So I've got Krampus, Jack Frost, Kevin McAllister, and Bumble.
All right.
Stan, last pick.
Let's see how we can follow this up. So I have Aslan, the Beast, Strike the Gremlin, and I think I'm going to bring it home with Santa. You got to have Santa. And specifically, the Santa from Santa with Muscles, who's played by Hulk Hogan, because he's a big man. And he not only is big and strong, but he's got a sleigh and reindeer and he can fly around. So he has mobility and he can run people over.
Okay.
Do you get his reindeer as well?
Why not?
Because wouldn't that be...
Then you should have drafted Rudolph.
Yeah. This is this whole sleigh, the whole reindeer thing. It's a whole package.
Yeah.
I about that.
I don't know about that either.
I'll give it to you anyway. I mean, I was going to be really surprised if we went through without Santa. The whole reason I didn't draft Santa was because
Santa is a kind-hearted person.
his whole thing is, I mean, he is magic. But his
But-
whole thing is Christmas spirit.
He has to defend Christmas spirit against Krampus. Krampus is trying to destroy Christmas.
I'll take the goat demon. All right, so Stan, Aslan, Beast, Strike the Gremlin, and Santa. I went Krampus, Jack Frost, Kevin McAllister, and Bumble. John, you went Sandman, John McClane, The Grinch, and Jack Skellington. So I think that's a probably pretty good place to end. When
Yeah,
you guys
I think that's a wrap.
First podcast in the books. Please vote on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is.
It should be at third-party observers.
It's not, because it's at Party Observers, and it may change. That's, you're going to have to just look for third-party observers, because we only have 15 characters, and we can't figure out how we want to do it. All right. Like us on social media, and let us know who won this draft.
Yeah.
So, you guys have a good week.
Yeah. All right. See
Catch
you later.